renaming the stream to science and technology. Some reason it automatically assigned civilization. That's weird. So what I want to do today is in civilizations there are historic moments and there are different eras in civilization, and you need to get historic moments in order to get era scores. Each historic moment has different era score and condition to get it. Like, for example, you met old civilization, or you made a trading post in every civilization. And depending on how many era scores you earned in the era, you will be next era you will be in golden era, dark era, or golden age, dark age, or just common age. So usually the task is to find these last points to get into the golden era. The problem is that there are a lot of historic moments, so it's really hard to remember them all. So what I want to do here is to get a cheat sheet that will help you say like what historic moments can I achieve in ancient era, and what historic moments can I achieve in modern era, because those are different. Because there are historic moments about the powder, or about the coal, or about the C unit, which makes sense in one era but doesn't make in the later. Like, for example, air unit can be achieved probably only in modern era, not earlier. But when you try to scroll through these points, you will need to get starting with city is played within 5 tiles. That's okay, that can be done probably only in the beginning, but let's say it can be done anytime. You have appointed all available governors. This can be done in ancient era, because to do this you will need 6 government points, which you can achieve only probably in modern era as well. Not sure though. Artifact can be achieved only after some idea which will be in Renaissance or something there. Yeah, that's useful. Flood barrier can be built only after some technology. So yeah, what I want to do is to filter that out, so you can group all historic moments not by the era score, but by the era they are useful in. That's a big task. The smaller task is to remove obsolete era column. In the Civilopedia, they describe historic moments as they have minimal max era, and some historical moments are described with when they become obsolete. But obviously that can be reduced just to min max, just for standardization purposes and simplification. Yeah, because if historic moment is obsolete in atomic era, it means that the last era will be the era that comes before atomic. Actually, I need to open what era comes before atomic. I believe it's modern, but I'm not sure. What would be your guess? Okay, we have modern is before atomic. Industrial, ancient, classical, medieval, Renaissance, industrial, modern, atomic, informational, future. Oh, we are in the future era, 2021. Okay, so I don't want to do it manually. So what I want to do is write a script that will parse the page. Here we have the source, the markdown for the page, and I want to parse it to store the data and then try to modify it, because it's just much easier as for the small task as for the full task. Sure, I will need to go through each of them to determine how useful they are in each era, because technically, in the description of the historic moments, for some future historic moments like flood barrier, there is no conditions, but it just makes sense that you cannot build flood barrier before the modern era. So this should be manually updated. Yeah, so let's parse it. It's not GitHub, so let's say it's Civ. Let's move moments file here. Well, so we want to start MOOCs to have multiple windows. So what do we have? The file moments contains specifically this arrows historic moments grouping by era score. So what we'll need to do is to drop this part and parse these lines. And where it's empty, it means minimal and maximum era are minimal ancient, maximal future. And when we meet obsolete, we would need to replace it with minimal and maximal era. And we have a list of errors, so we can do it automatically. Yeah, so let's start. Main do put a straight line hello world. KOS is not present. Okay, I used GCI. Yeah, I remembered. Yeah, so what we'll start is with import system environment, get args. And we will check with control monad. With control monad when function. when length of args isn't 1 input file. Actually, let's say isn't equal to. Then we error usage I don't remember how to use printf, so let's just use concatenation here, and it will be usage the first argument, right? No. Okay, usage, let's say main input file, output file. Okay, sounds good. Does compile agree? Yes, good. And if we try main, yeah, of course. But if we try main input output, it will work. Perfect. So now we read file. Yeah, let's do let. In file output file, and that's all. So we can actually do this, the array destructive assignment, right? Not destructive, probably destructure assignment. Okay, let's see whether it worked. Yes, cool. What else we want? We want to have parser. So how the parser will work? We'll say that we have a grouping which starts with something, doesn't matter, just until the figure bracket, and ends with figure bracket. Okay, sounds good. And each record starts with vertical bar minus. Yes, sounds good. So basically separated by this, and we should read information, the columns, the moment, its description, and error score it gives, and min, max, obsolete error. Let's start with data. Data would be a moment, hist moment. Let's say it's undefined for now, or rather, let's say it's hist moment without anything. Of course, deriving show equal, and just show, doesn't matter. So what we want to have is instead of red prec, and I a bit forgot, but I believe it's part of red precedent. Import text parser combinators. Red prec. Yes, indeed. Parser combinators. Red precedent. Red precedent. Oh, but we need to define read. Yes, that's something I forgot. Read. Yeah, that's what we want to define. Hist moment. Where? And we want to define read precedent here. We'll still use it, some different import from here, but not for now. For now we import from the text, right? Where the read precedent is defined. Import text. GC read. Yes, GC read. GC read precedent. I remember that we need a lift function. Yes, which lift read path to read precedent, because we are operating on just common parser, not parser with precedence. Okay. So read precedent. Yeah, here will be lift. So we need to chunk, if I'm not mistaken. Let's actually browse. And then not browse, but just information text parser munch. Yes, actually read pa. Yes, import. Munch, yeah, because munch is a function that you will give what to parse, and it will munch the stuff until it gets. I will try to disable sounds here. I don't really have sounds. Bash Ubuntu disable sound. Yeah, beeping sound. To disable the beep and bash, you need to uncomment. Wow. Set bell style none in your input rc file. Wow, that's hard. Okay, let's say that I want to disable only in vimrc. So what I want to do is probably somewhere in the beginning set visual bell, right? Okay, source Noble. Cool. So what we want to do is pair munch. Of course, we will need to import read pair munch isn't equal to open figure bracket, and we want to have do because we will have multiple actions. So I don't really care about the title, so we'll just oh, it's not historic moment, it's hist moment group, because hist moment group is the list of historic moments. I probably will need to have it as a new type, I believe, if I want to define a method on it. And we also want to have instance for specifically historic moment. So after matching to the figure bracket, we want to actually consume figure bracket. But we want to consume until so we munch, but because we don't have specific character, because we have a substring which is vertical bar dash, we need to use another function for this. Munch optional many chain and by gather get lock. It's actually quite hard. And by. Nice. And by. Let's read documentation. Oh, no, not parsec. Let's use standard. And by. Sep parses one or more occurrences of P separated and ended by separate. Returns a list of values. That's exactly what we need. Wait, yeah, parsers, cool. Okay, what if I do string, then this parser combinator, which is looking for vertical dash, vertical bar and dash. So problem that I see here is that if I am not specifying like something like if I'll do, for example, string followed by the vertical line dash, it will not look for the first vertical line dash, but it will try to munch as much as possible, meaning to the end of the document, and only then find that it's not possible. And also we will have ambiguity, because it won't know that we need to stop exactly at the first vertical line plus dash. So we will need manytil. Manytil applies parser p0 or more times until parser's end succeeds. Nice. That's actually cool. String manytil any char. Interesting. Simple comment. So it's like, so using try here, yeah? So why do they use try here? Note that overlapping parsers are any char and string, and therefore the use of the try. Okay. Let's use try. Maybe we can use here pmunch as well. Instead of pmunch, we can say not string, but what we'll say is how would you say it? Many characters or any char? That's how you say manytil, and first will be any character. The only thing, where do I get any character? What's that? Maybe it's in data chart. No. But then, where do you get any char? That's kinda stupid to use any char, but never to define it here. We have synopsis here. Okay. So by manytil and by not really clear what is any char. But I guess it's munch. No, it's not munch, right? It's not string as well. I believe char. There is char, but it requires specific character, right? No? No, there is no actually function char. But I believe I used it before. Wait, that's different package. Okay. What we need is text parser combination read pa. Let's see, what do we have here? Do we have manytil? Right, cool. We have character, which takes specific character, and we have satisfy. So satisfy con true. Get. We also have get. Get is what we need. Yes, get exactly what we need. So we will have many till get. Wait. Many till. Why I'm not at many till? We have try here. No, we don't have try here. Probably that's because it's a different combinator, so they don't require till. Try. They already have failure in them or something like that. Many till. Okay, so let's actually do this. Many till p get and p string. We can even say p character. Oh, we actually want to have p string. Okay, sounds good. And now we want to have many till p get string. So technically we want to find this one character first, because we don't care about previous characters. Skip everything till this. Okay. So now when we skipped, I'm not sure whether parser here is already consumed the string or not. Let's try and see. So what I'm gonna do is sub by. I will use sub by. But we will need to use it in a way that will break down when this symbol will be. So what we actually want to do is to say between. Yes. So what we are saying is between so that's why we want to skip to the opening bracket, and then we want to say between opening bracket and because it's string, and the closing bracket, and the value itself is sep by, not necessarily 1. Oh, we also need to skip the first, so what we'll do is it will be do here, and we say many till p get p string the first one, Yeah. And then we say sub by what? So here should be read precedent for history, for historical moment. And the second one should be this separator. Yeah, and result will be a list, which is exactly what we need. Only thing, there should be no read precedent, there should be read pair. And read pair is a function which I define as read precedence to pair, I believe. Read precedence to pair, yes, exactly. And we use this function, read precedent to pair, on read precedent. And then how we get read pair. Oh, we need precedent, I believe. Yeah, integer. So there is something like min precedent. Yes, part of read precedent. Oh, min precedent. Yes. Min precedent. Yeah, great. Okay. That actually should work. Not in scope. Ah, yeah, because I need qualified spec. Expected type, read precedent historic moment group. Actual type, read precedent for list of nothing. Let's say what read pair type is. What do you mean not? Ah, because it failed to compile. Okay. Doesn't matter. Right, we can read. That's read the pair of A. Right. Where A is read. Is my assumption correct? Pair read pair. Yeah, sure. Pair read pair. The error is not about this. In the expression, do magnitude pair between in the equation for read precedent. Oh, right. Because I will get list from here, but I need to apply historic moment group. So what I will do is hist moment group. Wait. and I can do it in any. Yeah, I believe this order is correct. P read P his moment with actual type read precedent A1. In the first argument of Civ by nebully read prec. Sure, because I need to read P here. And then expected type read precedence A, actual type precedent. Wait. Read precedent to P. First it's precedent, then the... No, first is a parser and then precedent. Cool. So... And now we want to actually define historical moment, right? Again, lift, and it's separated by... what's sep by 1? Is it means that parses one or more occurrence of P separated by sep returns a list of values. And by parses 0 or more occurrence of P separated and ended by sep. That's not true for our case. For our case, we are just being... Oh, I'm not sure how it's working. So if we have two sep bys, right? And we say sep by vertical bar and dash, but inside we sep by vertical bar. Who will parse this vertical bar? The outer sep by or lower sep by? So what two ways it can be parsed as this vertical bar can be parsed as something that separates the element, the string, or it can be parsed as the character itself. We'll need to try this. But nevertheless, we need to separate by. Yeah, I don't think there is a simpler way. We can just be character. And then we say sep by and necessarily one. Okay. Wait, so it's actually many. It's not really a sep by, it's many. Yes, it's just many. Okay, now we need to define hist moment. Let's say that hist moment just collects a list of strings. And I believe it will be correct to say that. Yeah, that's actually what hist is. We can specify what, like, description, what minimal age, but for our purposes it's fine to be a list for now. So what is P-many, right? So P-many of we'll have character vertical bar. and we have munch till the end of the new line. No, actually munch till the next vertical bar. Yes. And munch to the next vertical bar. Yeah, I believe that's... Oh, I see now why they have this symbol. So it's specifically to make easy parsing, because you can just specify till the next vertical bar. But still, that's interesting. What's interesting here is yeah, let's just do. What if we say just many get? What will be done? Would the outer parser read separation first, or will it read parser first? I believe it read parser first, then separator. So our parser should be finite. Okay, if it should be finite, let's actually say that description. Do we have descriptions with more than one line? Theoretically, it's possible. So you have completed splendid campus. I don't see, but it's possible. So let's leave it till the next vertical bar. Should work. Right. So here again we need a hist moment. Couldn't match his moment with expected type. Read by string into read by hist moment. The first argument in the second argument, namely hist moment. Okay, so you say that by many here is not string, or I have this operator here. Yeah, right. So I guess let's just do here like that. Wait, I can just do it here, right? By many? Yeah, sounds good. Could match time list of historic moments with historic moment in the expression list. Okay, so here I'm getting parser of strings, right? Because match will output string. So this expression will be parser of historical moment, and then we have many, it's a parser of historical moments. Okay, so that's why it's bad. Yeah, p many should be before historical moment. Okay, let's say it's p many. Okay, let's use fmap. Like fmap solves everything, right? Fmap historical moment, p many, and do. So actually we sort of had something like this. What if I leave do without yeah, makes sense. Cool. So now we'll want to test one historical moment, parsing of one single historical moment. How do we do this? We will say read something and then anything and search stuff and then yeah, that's all. So and results should be hist moment. Nice. Okay, but the big question is about historical group, right? So what if I try to historic moment group and we have a beginning and at some point useless stuff, but then should we actually write test for this? So we can, but I don't want to figure out how testing work. So useless stuff until we have vertical bar dash. Then useful stuff is happening, and the useful stuff is /n, and then vertical bar search stuff, and then we are saying /n vertical bar dash and /n and vertical bar new stuff, and then the new to stuff, and then we'll end this with right vertical bar. Wow, vertical bar and figure bracket. So it works even for this case. No instance. No worries. Deriving show. No parse. Okay, let's actually discover why there is no parse. So the parse should be probably for this one should be parsed, right? Hist moment group. No type variable argument. Right. I forgot 2 columns. No parse. Wow. Many till get to pay string, right? And then we say pay between. Oh, I see. So it actually munches. Let's see. No parse, still no parse. Interesting. Let's say we don't want to have between. Let's say we have only many two pay string. Sure, but we will say that we will return empty list. Yes, for historic moment. No parse. Again, no parse. Wait. Oh, do we need skip spaces? I believe we don't. So empty string is all as well, no parse, right? No parse. Figure bracket, no. Yeah, actually, okay, I forgot to reload. Figure bracket and bar is parse. If we add space, it's parse. If we add one, no parse. Okay, so spaces we can skip. Fair. But the problem is now. Okay, so that's why between doesn't work, right? Because many till will actually munch the starting point. So this is not actually between. That's really hard. Yeah, somehow we need to say that maybe precedents are specifically designed for this. So we can say that, okay, this parser should be chosen first, and then you can choose the other parser if you can. Yeah, the way I want to implement is for inner parser to not know what is the outer parser divides it by. But in order to do this, I guess the architecture of parser should be changed. So probably I still need to get this knowledge into the inner parser, that I need stop if I am at bar and figure bracket. Or maybe I should just use read. Yeah, I will get a string and I will use read on the string to read the historical moment. I guess this is the simplest option, which is not ideal because you don't want to use something like read, probably. Yeah, because read adds some interesting stuff like skip spaces and choosing only the first option. But I really don't see other option here. Okay, in such case, yeah, there should there is no point in getting this parser here. Right, so that's really inconvenient because for every read precedent parser that you are creating, you would need to set a type, because read is working only by defining what type do you want to receive. So there should be another way. Maybe precedent is exactly what I need, but I couldn't find an article about precedent parser. New operation and make them associate correctly. Originally there were only 4 operators and they all had the same precedence. The function I'm looking is a parseExec function. Any of the pattern match in line except the plus. I've written a paper on parsing expression using operator precedent. The appendix to the paper has an operator precedent parser written ML, which you could easily adapt to Haskell. The code is downloadable from the above. I think you should look at an existing parser combinator library, for example parsec. See how they implement precedents, in particular operator table. Build expression parser table builds an expression parser for terms with operators from table, taking the associativity and precedent specified in table into account. Prefix and postfix operator of the same precedent can do. I see. Well, that might have been helpful, but I want to use precedents really simply. So what problem I actually try to solve is to parse string, convert string into the parser. And the problem is that you probably lose your context of the parsing, because if you just read something inside, it might work. So you're reading something in between, to like here between figure brackets, and you fail. If this parser fails, the outer parser should fail as well. How do you do this? I have no idea. Maybe we can use a monad to say that we somehow... No, doesn't look great. Ooh. It sounds like we don't need parser combinators here, because we just need split functionality. Just split the string by the separator, and that's all. So many till is useful because you sort of skipping. That would be hard with like index of substring and so on. So how to convert string into the type? How can we do parser that will convert only something? Yeah, actually not sure how to handle this. Because inner parser will try to parse first. So one thing that may be useful is if inner parser will output the list of options and then sub by or between, it will use only the first option. And if the first option will be parsing one element, right? So we'll have inner parser will start parsing this, and since it's many, it will have many options returned, and the first option will be parse nothing, second one parse only the first thing, 2 strings, and so on. But the outer parser will check, okay, I've parsed 0 strings. Can I parse now vertical dash and vertical bar and dash? No, I can't. So I throw out this option. I will take the second option where one string is parsed. Can I take vertical bar and dash now? I cannot. And it will keep skipping all these options until it will actually find the option where it can parse. And it will, if that's how sub by is working, if that's how between is working, it's perfect. It should work. Wait, if that's how everything works, we can actually not using many till to some string, but we can just use many p many any char, right? So const true or munch string. What should we use here? Munch anything. Just p many p char, right? Yes, p many p char. No, not char. You want to have satisfy or choice? I just want to return p get, right? P many p get, right? I just getting everything, and next I want something between this and this, and it will it will skip options where the second part won't find the open figure bracket, and it will leave only the option where there is open bracket. Let's check it out. No parse, fair, because we have in between right now. Let's say, just for the sake of testing, return fair. Now what I want is what if I say that I will return between string and between close bracket, but what I want to read is I want to return the empty list. So if I do empty, no parse, fair, open, same, no parse, cool, and closing bracket. Nice, nice, it's parsed. No parse. Or yeah, fair, because return doesn't consume the input. That's actually quite good. And what if I say no? Again, on empty string, no parse. On open, no parse. No parse as well. Why? Many till. Yeah, because it actually many till actually 6 this string. But you know, we can just replace it with beget. Because what we want here is... Okay, here we actually want have many till. And actually not only many till, we want to have many till slash n, right? Or rather skip spaces. By skip spaces, we have skip spaces, right? Yeah, cool. And then we say separated read pair, historic moment separated by vertical bar and dash. That sounds right. No parse. Why no parse? Because many till 6. At least one of them, right? Yeah, that's fair. Completely fair. Ambiguous part. That's bad. Yeah. So ambiguity here shouldn't exist, but it is. Why it shouldn't exist? Because between, we are parsing the first one. Here it will parse till the first. Let's actually start with smaller parsers. Let's say sep by. Yeah, let's just give small steps. Sep. How do you do this here? You need to read path to read precedent, or how do you... read s, right? Because read s actually does useful stuff. Yes. So what we... read s, that's how we construct, but we should deal with options, right? So read s is not as simple as to convert string to something. And I believe we found a way to do this properly. So read s, and we want what we was saying. There was many. No, sep by. Yeah. Sep by. Okay. Yeah, it depends on the hist moment reader. If we have munch not equal, that's one of the moments, right? We still have some information here. His moment shouldn't have it here. But let's assume it has p many. Yeah. We need somehow to understand why it's ambiguous. Yeah. So let's, for now, let's just say read pa, right? Should be Yeah, and I will specify the type so it will know what read pair we are using here. And it's separated by string. Yeah, okay. String vertical bar dash. What does this give us? So it will give us function, and we need to pass here a string like this one. Right? First, second. Yeah, should be. First, second, yes. And that's all. Yeah, we will need to give a type here, which will mean A should be hist moment, and the other will be string. Wait, I don't understand yet. Read precedent to S, right? Parser around what? No, yeah, it's not information, it's type. Let's say without the string. Couldn't much expect a read precedent with actual read pair. Right, because it should be lived. Can I have read pair to S? Nice. Yeah, nice. So we have one option, which is empty list, and first, second, the rest of the parser. For some reason it doesn't provide options because his moment, right? His moment, it says many, and you need to read. Right, I forgot. So you need, because it's many, it's not just set by, right? It's actually many. And here I, for some reason, said set by. Oh, that's different. Okay, yeah. So here I should have, since history. Actually, right, let's check out his moment. Does it work properly? It precedent, first, second. Yes, I believe that's how it's work. I can actually just use read. Let's use it. Read. Oh, I actually checked, right? His moment before. Yeah. But I also want to see read precedent. Read precedent to S. And it will be historic moment. And the string, yes. Oh, couldn't match. Read precedent to S, then string. And that should be it. No? Expected type, actual type read s, probable cause read precedent to s, applied to few arguments. Wait, read precedent to s requires you precedent. Right. Okay, so what I can do is to use readpa, and here to use readpa. Okay, so it has three options. It can parse nothing, it can parse first, second. Cool. Now what we want to do is to use this in sep by. Yeah, so what we've done before. Sep by readpa, which we checked working. Oh, I see the problem. You can parse dash as an element of the historic moment, or you can pass dash as an vertical bar and dash as a separator for historical moment. Oh, okay. You can parse dash as a field of the historic moment, or you can parse vertical bar and dash as a separator between different historical moments. I see the problem now, why it's ambiguous. How can we disambiguate? To do this, we need to say every time you see a second one, like every time you see vertical bar and dash, it should be treated as separator. What can I say? We indeed should somehow specify that the line can't be started by dash, like the element can't be started by dash. But we shouldn't specify it in the inner parser, we should specify it in outer parser. So somehow what I want is alright, because read uses the first. Can I actually say that my parser outputs only the first? Something like that? Like, I don't matter that it's ambiguous, I will just take the first. And that's all. Cut off all other interpretations. Seems fine to me. Wait one more time on this one with where was the last one comment? I produced the error with ambiguous parse. Ambiguous parse was okay, ambiguous parse was during the read. So to not have ambiguous parse, I need to specify inside the historic moment group that I want to take only the first interpretation. But I actually need to check whether the first interpretation is correct. I believe it is, but we should check. So what we are going, since it's separated, we have first, second, then we have separator, then we sort the fourth, and that's all. Huh. Here we have only one parse. Interesting. How so? Indeed, how so? Ah, the only parse is parse nothing. Nice, nice. Obviously not what I wanted. Seems like there is error in read pair or something. Oh wait, right, I didn't specify the types. It shouldn't know that I want hist moment. Actually want the list of hist moments, right? Here, yes, and string, of course. Now it does. Let's actually map print. Tururu, 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 tururu. Nice, nice, nice. So the first option is empty list. I definitely don't want the first option. Okay, second option is to parse first and leave, then past first and second, then past the separator, oh I see, and the third option is to pass as separator, fourth option is passed as a new element, fifth option is pass as separator with third. So actual ambiguation is between the last and pre-last, because pre-last parses as two historical moments and the last parses as one historical moment with dash as one of the elements. That's an interesting problem. So we cannot say just last. We are saying pre-last. That's really weird, but yeah, from the way it's parsing, we should choose pre-last. How would you create a good interface to deal with such stuff? Because I don't want to write pre-last in every time I want to parse something with giving priority to the outer parser. Somehow it should be here. Would between use this? No, between doesn't. Yeah, because it's truly ambiguous unless you specify somehow the rule that okay, the priority of outer parser should be always. So like okay, inner parser just says I can parse such, and somehow outer parser should decide. I want specifically this. I don't think there is easy way to do this. Can I use between? I already use Civ VI, right? Yeah, so what I want to have is a version of Civ VI that is super strict. It will try to parse separator and only then a parser. Yeah, so what I want is if separator fails, parse first, then try separator. So I want to be separator to be greedy. Okay, end of file might help. Yeah, so at least all of these parsers, except the two last, are useless. We can easily get rid of them by specifying that we have the end. Like the result should be end of file. No, or like skip spaces. Yeah, and it can be done by saying between. Right? So if we say he pasted by, but we actually also say between string open bracket and string closing bracket, and everything else zero. Yeah, 0% options. That's fair. We need to have open and close bracket in order for this to work. Indeed. So we get rid of them. So what we actually care here only these two last options, and we need somehow to choose one of them. So here I want to choose the first one, because first one is actually trying to read separates first. So question now is, can we actually access all possible reads and choose only the first one? What is read precedent, right? Or read p, doesn't matter. Read precedent is a function, read precedent p, which take precedent and returns read p. Fine. So what is read p? And read precedent is a functor, so that's superb. Read p is something that gets a and returns parser combinator b. No, it takes a parser combinator b and returns parser combinator b. Interesting, right? And it parsing a. It's something I don't understand. Maybe there is a function that as similar to Civ VI, but does the same, but in addition returns the exact characters read. Wow. But indeed there is a big ambiguity here. Let's actually see how set by implemented, right? I believe we will can choice. No, that's not set by, and maybe we will get ideas from it. Set by set by 1p separator plus 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 return. Okay, so we can easily create choices, which is fair. Set by 1 is lift m2 p many. Okay, that's fair. So what we want to have now is many. How many is implemented? Return empty list or many one. Fair. Many one. How many one is implemented? Many p. What? Parses one or more occurrence of the given. Wait, what? Many is defined through many one and many one is defined through many? Oh, I see. Because it tries to parse p and it leaves concatenation. So what it actually do, it says and it's monad lift. So how do you concatenate? Yeah, so it will concatenate the parser that it read. Yeah, so it's actually the parser element what gives ambiguity. We need to see how this ambiguity arises, and it arises from munch, right? No, string is not ambiguous. Here many is the only thing that ambiguous. Yeah, because it returns empty list, but more. That's not the problem. What problem is that set by. So many inside many becomes ambiguous. So we can combine parser into choices, but can we cut off some choices? That's the question. I guess you can if you use this run final. What's that about? So read pair. Let's see what plus 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 operator does. So it says it uses this operator, which is alternative read pair, which is fine or not really. Oh, it's recursive operator, I see. So it use F1 and F2, and it will apply F1 to K. So K is a value that's given. which is weird. I believe it's not what header means. The function takes a, which is read per a. And so a is something we supposed to parse. Ah, no, it's given a function that takes a, something we're supposed to point it, and returns combinator. Okay. So so f1 and f2 function, yeah, it takes something we're supposed to parse, k, a to pb. So k is a to parser b. Okay. F1 is a to parser b and returns parser to b. Honestly, I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, and there are no lists here, so I'm not sure how can we access. Alternative pair. Oh, that's where it's defined, right? Pair. Get look fail result final. Get character PA. Look string PA. Fail result. Final non-empty. Okay. Final, and you can give a list to the final function. Interesting. What is final function? It creates. Okay. Over p. Yeah, I don't really understand. So we have some pair, right? Type or data pair. Data pair. It has such constructors. Some reason taking character or string and return in type A. Okay. And alternative is two gets are combined. So it says combine PA. Is PA? Oh, I see. Get because this function is defined on the result of f1. So get contains return in PA. So it's recursively combining, but I just don't understand what's like. When does it stop? When the parser will be not a get but result or fail, right? Oh, final. Right, we have final. Yeah, final just it's monoid, right? So it just combines non-empty A and non-empty list, I guess. But in case we are combined with look, we'll do look, it looks for the string and returns final rs plus if that's just look, run fss. Why specifically r is, what's this constructor, right? Non-empty, okay. It's non-empty constructor, fair. It's interesting and I should use this sometimes. Where it's defined, base, gc is base, non-empty, okay. That's cool. But I see, that's how we understand it's non-empty. But why don't we use r? It doesn't matter, it just says if we have look, we just run and return other results as well. If it's not look but some other parser, which I don't... if it's not final, if it's not look, then we use parser, okay? Not really sure what's happening. But at least we now know that there is final, and final is non-empty, right? Which is interesting that it's not empty. Because we usually receive empty. Empty parse. Oh no, we receive one element with... okay, fair. So basically we need a function that will modify p by... what is read p? Now I'm interested. Oh, it's even r. We are now looking at read p, and we should look for r, which is kind of ridiculous. Data r, type r, new type r. No, doesn't make sense. Yeah, we have r here. What does r means? Where r is defined? R is constructor. Sorry, R is constructor. Doesn't matter. So what do we want? Where do we get a function, right? Oh, I see. So get is function, final is function as well. No? So get is the function. How so? That takes char to. I might use run to actually modify. Oh, right. And I can use final to specify what would be the result. It constructs the reader with such result. But retest is slow, right? Or something like that. That's why it's not recommended to use, right? So for some reason get is a function that takes char character to. Right, because it's constructor and it takes character to parser and constructs parser. Fair. So get is contracting by having a function that takes giving the function to R. That's how you construct read path. But what this function should do? So let's look again on this function get f and so on. What does they do? They just construct parser. So what's important in how these functions are used in monad and so, right? When we use read or read precedent, what happened? What's actually being used in read package? Read, right? We have read function, which should have read function here. Oh, read function is separate. And we have read precedent, right? But we need to know what function read is doing, and it's not here, okay? Haskell read text read, okay? Fair. Read string to a. Yeah, let's go to the source. Read string to a and it either read either, okay, read either. What it does is read precedent, lift pass keep space, return x. K is the list. Oh, I see. So it converts precedence to S. And that's how it's get. Okay. So what we don't want is somewhere inside to convert read precedence to S, but fine, for final result we actually do this. I'm not sure why we don't want to do this. So basically what I want to do is to convert, take the first one, the head, and then convert back. Do I really want this, or do I want to specify inside that yes, I really want this? Yeah, I believe the package should provide such function to say like I want the first option or I want the other option. Let's also see how read precedent to end S works. We actually have this function here, right? To S, read path to S. Run. So it uses run. Okay. Run F return. What's the definition of run? Okay, so run. It has function and it takes string, right? And if it's character, it gives a character for function, and S what's that? And the rest of the string it gives to itself. Oh, I see. Because run fc returns parser, which will parse again. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Result, if it's a result, so we have x and the result string, and also we want to have run ps. So meaning we have one result, but we want to run another parser on S. And final RRS. And if it's nothing of the above, that's fail. If that's fail, we say it's fail, empty result. That's a shame that we don't have an error, right? Why do we need fail? Not sure. Okay, don't know why do we need fail, but so by using run, we actually can get access to final result. But it's better. Run parser, we can give it a string and it will return us results. Okay, we can do this. Sure. What's different to S? To S does something else? It adds F return. No worry, that doesn't matter to us. Just to S. Yeah, so here we actually want to convert, and we want to convert it back, right? Read as to P. This introduces local backtracking in the resulting parser and therefore possible inefficiency. And I don't know what can I do with this. Yeah, let's settle down on this solution. So what we'll do here is when we say separate by, we also say that the result of this should be converted to wait, the result of this actually multiple options, and we decide which of them to take only in outer parser, right? Specifically, we decided in P between when it will get okay, so this parser is ambiguous only in 2 points, and because of that we will convert it here and we'll take only the first option. So let's say read pair to S, which is function taken string and return a list, and we will use fmap on this function, right? When we use fmap, yeah, we can use fmap. So we say fmap take first, right? The head. Can read path to S return empty string? Yes, I believe it can. So it's safe head or so yeah, it takes first if it's not empty. And what is hemmed of empty? exception. Yeah, sure. We can possibly have here empty list, so no, actually we can't. We can. It depends on the parser, and in our parser it's not possible. No, it's possible when there is no parse, right? But it gives some weird exception. Let's try just fmap head and then we'll see. So read to s. We apply actually fmap head onto the function. Yes. Yes. And then we convert it back. Read s to p. But this should be done like that. Right, so we apply read s to p to this. So fmap is on the function, so it should be like that, right? Yes, I believe. Yeah. P. There's no way. Read precedent, right. To precedent, maybe? Let's see. Do we have read s to precedent? Nice. Declined in read precedent. Fair. And what do we need to return? Wait, we need to read s to precedent, okay? Okay. So yeah, read to precedent. Actually, I can use this, right? Wait. Read precedent, read s to precedent. I did. Define the parser combinators text parser combinators read precedent. Okay. No, that's correct. So read s to precedent. Read s to precedent. Ah, it's not p. I see. Oh, and now it's began. Begin. Expected type in couldn't match read press right because read s to precedent requires int to read s. And what is read p to precedence? Same. Okay. So So we don't care about precedent, so our function will be const. So const is yes, that's, I believe that's exactly what we need. Const. Oh, with the list. All right, because we don't need. Oh, by the way, what will happen if we say take one list? That's exactly what we need. Take one. Again. Okay. Read precedent, but it returns hist moment group. That's weird. 21. In the first argument of first argument. I see what it does. So it applies all the function onto the second. Wait, but that's exactly what we need, right? We need to apply. Yeah. That's not what we want. What we want here is to receive this one and apply this function to. How it's different? I'm not really sure that's correct. Oh, because it will apply the function inside the functor, but we need outside. Yes! Wow. Amazing. Let's try our tricks. Okay, fair. But what we want to do now is read the yes, and it should be hist moment group. That's interesting. It read only the second one, the second historic moment. That's a bit weird. How so? Okay, let's just make sure that we are okay here by saying that read precedent to S on read precedent. And we will give S this S. And of course we want to receive a list of hist moment group and string. What would be? Yeah, because here we need to specify min precedence, right? Huh. Why is it only third and fourth? Okay, yeah, because first parser skipped all of them. Why? How did it happen? Right, so let's be clear here. Read S to precedent, right? So what I need here is to lift. Let's leave it like this. What we'll receive? Third and fourth. That's weird. Why it's weird? Let me tell you. Is my string correct? Right. Because so between these two we have first, second and third, fourth, right? I see, many till. Right, I forgot. Because first is also should be started with this symbol. Okay, now fair. Now we have two of them. Okay. So since we have two of them, actually let's undo. Let's have a perfect. That's actually perfect, right? Read. Yes, superb. Right. No. We need to read. Oh, wait. Why again it's only third and fourth? Did I miss something? Ah, the string. Yes, sure. String should be modified to have here. Yes. Okay. So that was not necessarily hard. It should have been easier. And I'm not sure whether I introduce inefficiency. That's not clear.
Got it. Changing 2 lights to pumpkin.
But at least I've done this. So what we can do now is so the parsing is complete. Let's try to use it. Right, since parsing is complete. Let's do it. Let's actually do it. We have input and we can read. Da, 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 da. So we will just need map_m, print hist moment groups. Only thing I want here also to fmap, which won't work necessarily. Yeah, okay. I will actually need to show. Yeah, I will need to for the group I need to define an instance of show. Which will be just lines, unlines. Yeah, unlines. Unlines. Here's the moment group. Unlines groups. Okay. Now when I define this, I can go back to main and say show. Yes, for each of them, but I just want to print, but also I want to put strlen. Just empty space. So I'll use this. Okay. The thing is how to visualize historic moment, and I believe the list of strings is not really fine. Yes. Let's actually derive show hist moment where show hist moment calls is unlines calls. No instance of folder of map m. His moment groups, but like it's print and then put strlen. I don't see what. Is ambiguous, right, that's, I forgot this. So what we want to do here is that it's IO hist moment group, actually multiple of them, right, we need hist moment file to define a parser for them, and this parser, it won't be ambiguous because we have between and end, so it should be fine, even though we will say like many end of file. Yeah, so what we want to have here is a new type hist moment file, which host moment file is just a list of hist moment group, and instance read of hist moment file. Actually, we can do this online thing here, where read precedence is left sep by what? Yeah, I believe it's just many, right? Let's read. So we have like here, then we end reading here, and we have ambiguity because we don't know whether we want to end here or we want to end later. But shouldn't be ambiguous. It may be ambiguous because I defined that like till the next vertical bar. which can be anything in truth. So should be separated by a new line. I agree. It is separated by new line. But we can say be sep by read precedent skip spaces lift, and we also need to have his moment moment file. Lift his moment separate by seems good, and we can define show. Right, we say unlines, but it's not just unlines. We want to intercalate. I believe there is such function. Import data list intercalate. Yes, that's exactly what we need. Intercalate, which is amazing function name, right? Why call it join? Let's call it intercalate. For data list intercalate. Okay. And intercalate /n, actually 2 /n's. Into show groups. Read per his moment group with actual read precedent, but I have a lift. What's your problem? Actually, right. Somewhere there I used convert to precedent read as, but you can lift, right? It's only for read per. Okay. Not sure. Couldn't match his moment with list of with string. Expected type, actual type, his moment. Sep by read precedent. Skip spaces, right? What it's saying is in the first argument of unlines, namely groups, where 31 here. It's not group, it's moments. Yeah, and indeed you need map show group moments. Couldn't match read per his moment group to read precedent A. The first, yes, because you don't need read precedence, you need read per. Okay, let's do it. Main moments txt, right? No parse, no parse. Great, great, great. But it's not ambiguous. What's interesting? Hist moment file. Hist moment group. So what's many get? So it parses as many. It's right. You even here you have ambiguity, right? Do you want to keep parsing until this one or until the next one? So having here many till something is actually good. It's because it ensures it will parse the first one. Many till pass string. So here we don't need to use between. What we need to use is moments. Wait, what was there? Yeah, right, it's moments. So it will have final here and it will return moments. Moments, many till. But not, that's not then. So what we say is many, right? Which is fair, I believe. Yeah, okay. I get. Just to make sure, we have moments txt, right? No parse. No parse. How so? How so? How so is no parse? Okay, let's say imp. So imp will have only one historic moment. And you'll see how it will parse it. Imp. No parse. It says that one is not parsable. Why so? How so? Right, there is many. Hist file. Yeah, but probably show should be in one place and read in another. Okay, so we have imp. Let's do simple one. Nothing here, just empty space. Oh yeah, we are actually assuming that there is at least one. Because many until the first. Actually no. Actually we don't assume. But yeah, let's try. No parse. No parse. His moment file. Sep by read p. And because file is a mom group, sep by skip spaces. Okay, let's actually read file. So let's start with simple. Historic hist moment group. No parse. Okay. What if I say init? Because init will take everything except last character. No parse. Wait. It had parse before, no? Like this one. Okay, so me changing to main-util actually broke the group for some reason. Main-util. Oh, actually I change between as well. Maybe I still need to have open bracket here. Oh, here we have main-util, right? Yeah, because we assume. But we have separated, right? So why not separate and then tail? Because it will try to read. Okay, it can be optional. Let's say it's optional. Like on us, we have optional, right? Option will either pass p or return x without consume. Optional optionally parses and always return. But you know what? Yeah. If there is no. Again, we want to use this trick. We actually using this trick. Wow. So now you are telling me that because now we have multiple historical groups in the file. Oh, it won't parse. No, it will. So if we have two groups, we can get into the problem that the opening bracket of the first group and the closing bracket of the second group will be treated, or everything between them will be treated as one group. And it's possible because we have separator vertical bar dash, and we not separating by the new lines, which at this point I think we should do this. Separate by also I forgot new lines, right? Because here you say separate read path. Okay, if I read historic moment till the next not till the next vertical line, it should be okay, but that's dodgy. Yeah, I'm really annoyed with this parsing library. Maybe there is option to do this better with parsec or mega parsec or something else. But standard library doesn't allow easy solution here. But maybe I don't need parser combinators for simply splitting the string. Maybe I just should use function split and that's all. If I know separators, what's the problem? Oh, the problem, for example, with this file, because you not want to split by the separator. What you want to define a parser that will have before some like open bracket, close bracket, and parse everything inside. And you want that the first instance of close bracket would be used. You want kinda greedy brackets. How would you do? How would I do this? Obviously, we already have order, but okay, we need this function to resolve ambiguity. But problem here is not about ambiguity, right? So first, here we have backslash and then matching backslash. So this should be fine. Group. So what's not fine is seems like we need to parse the string as well, even though I tried it before and it worked. No parse, okay. You're saying no parse. Okay, sorry. Forgot the main problem, main-util. The problem I was trying to resolve here is that I don't want to what if we don't have historical moments. But we should always have headers, right? So let's just, I guess it's, we can assume that, okay, no parse. That's nice. Yeah, okay, no parse because I've added to, cool. Actually cool. 2 empty lines. Is it cool though? Why do we have 2 empty lines? Ah, yeah, fair. Because I did this, right? I didn't write anything here. Okay, let's say... Yeah, that's exactly right. First, second. Oh, second. Yeah, okay. So we don't need 2 empty lines. We have 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So what we also want to have is not only munch while not. We also want to init, to skip the last symbol, which is new line, right? So we want to trim, sort of, but we want to trim exactly 1 new line. So what I will do here is p character not be many. Yeah, but before doing this I want to have init. Yeah, to take only some of okay, so this new lines is not sure. Yeah, okay, so we need to trim only in case it's new line. Oh, we require to be new lines there. Fair. Actually, let's use many till. Yeah, we don't want to use munch. We want to use many till. Ah, so many till is actually greedy. Right, many till is greedy. I need to find out how do they make it greedy. Wow, they don't use scanner, but they make it greedy. So what it says, end, and if not end, return 0. Oh, because we have this operator. Local exclusive left bias choice. If let parser local reproduces anything at all, the right parser is not used. Okay, so it's just my misunderstanding. So we actually should use this operator to create our greedy stuff. Okay. We can improve later. Let's just finish right now. So we can pget and yeah, until a pass string /n vertical bar. Wait. Yeah, because there should be no map. Should be just no parse. No parse. Yeah, that's fair because I didn't input new lines, right? And now it's a requirement, which I think it's reasonable. Just to check. Yes. So now I don't understand. Oh, this. No. Should be fine. But it's not. You say you're fine, but you are not. It really should be fine. So his moment group doesn't work. Let's check with whether his moment's still working. All right. His moment doesn't work anymore because you are saying, right? Tilde slash n vertical bar. Actually, it never should have worked because you are saying tilde this symbol but not consume this symbol. I don't even know how to check now. So we consume character vertical bar, and we consume until slash and vertical bar, which is fair. Totally understandable. So his moment is not parsable. It's amazing. Yeah, that's what happens when you oh, I see. The thing is munch is working because if end of file it just okay, end of file, but many till doesn't work because it expects something. That's fair. Honestly, that's fair. We don't need to use many till, or we need to have option here. It's not pay optional. No, it shouldn't be pay optional. It should be end of file. But it's never will be end of file, you see. Wait, it may be end of file for specifically this parser, right? Oh, I see. We need to have void here. Void. Or map void. No void. Control applicative. Void. Control monad. I believe there was function void. Void. Yes. Yes. Okay. So now since we have void, void. It's not Yeah, that's exactly what I... Yes. So, read. Yeah, that's reasonable. No parse. Sure. Because what we want is no parse. That's strange. I say or void. I say or string or void. Alright, how would it know it's end of file? Okay, so what we are saying here is many piget. So we just getting symbols and that's all. What will happen in this case? Ambiguous parse. Fair. So we won't finish this today, I believe. But okay. Now that I remembered that we have this operator, super nice operator. Precedent. So for group here, we should say like this. We shouldn't say many till by string. That's fair. P string. We shouldn't say just P string here. Actually, yeah. So what we need is strict separator, something like that. Greedy separator by. It will try to parse separator. And if it fails, then it will start to parse an element. But that's not the point, right? Because it's not that separate. Wait. So pget parses one symbol. It will continue parse, but what if we have a parser that is not pget which parse one symbol? It's parser that can potentially parse everything. Yes, if you can parse everything. If you can parse everything, then that's it. Like you cannot using this operator, you cannot stop halfway. You will still get all possible options. So what I need is to apply separator. So I applied parser, I get all the results. Then I need to try to apply the separator for each of the results. And I need to get the first one that succeeds. That's my plan. But there is no operator in this package that allows to do this. But using a definition of this operator, I can define mine own, right? Because what it does is result discard. What? Discard n, I see. Okay, so it says if grad f prop fs s. What's that? What is that? It's eager revelation, right? N plus 1. And we start with 0. So prop get 1. Okay. It starts to get, and it remembers how many symbols it got. Then it says look f. If look f, just apply function on s. What is q? Q is, yeah, okay, fair. If failed, return q. If final error, please final error with this operator. Okay, yeah, combine it to the next parser. Discard n is get and discard n one. So just discard n symbols, right? Which is good? CS. But still, there is, in this definition, there is nothing about multiple results and choosing between them. So what I think is happening is that the parser here is defined in such way that it's not possible to do this. To prioritize between different options and to discard other options. Except the thing I found, right? To convert into read s and then converting, like taking only one point and then converting back. So I think that's a useful function that I will call read s. Function will be take first. Take first parse, which will take read pa. It's actually reads to precedent, read s to precedent. Why do I convert to precedent? Yeah, I don't know. Let's just say read pa, read s to pa. Read s to pa, first parse. Yes, so it takes read by a and it returns read by a. Yeah, and here we just say only first option. First option. Yeah, let's. First option. First option. First option. We have historic moment group. First option. Yes. So we say many p get character, right? And this will parse anything. Actually, yes. If we include a vertical bar here, we need to define. So I think p manch. Wait, so we are sure that the end of this should be /n vertical bar. Like we are sure. But we don't want to consume vertical bar. Interesting. Yeah, because manytil will consume this vertical bar. Okay, so historical moment. We can actually say that. Wait, I'm defining here, right? So I can just define that separated by vertical bars. Yes, I will define this. And that's all. Like the next vertical bar won't be. No, I don't even need to define here, right? It will return many results, and I will need only the first option. Actually, the first option here would be. Yeah, I need first option not here, but after here. But I won't, right? I want to read as much as I know. Here I want to use last option. So the thing is, when I reading only historical moment, I want to use last option. Yes. But when I'm outside, I want to have every option. So actually we can define read for his moment. But it should be defined differently. Whether we are using it in other function or whether we want to read his moment. Which is kind of weird. Oh, it's not weird, right? Because it's weird because read won't work on historic moment, but that's the thing, we don't know. Or do we? My question also set by. We want to use first option. Okay, so what we are saying here is separate by this. We want to read historic moments. And say paste string. And now we want to choose the first option. Where? When we set bind, we have here, and we want to choose the first option here, right? Because it will have multiple options, because we can interpret it differently. Moments. No, actually having first option here is fine. Or it's not, right? So we somehow need to say that this close bracket should have priority. But we cannot say that. What we can say is that the first option will be the one that will choose early close bracket. Yes. Yes, so his moment group is correct. First option. We choose the first option and we don't care about others. So why his moment file is bad? Set by read skip spaces. It's not actually bad. I just don't understand why it's not parsing. Not in scope read p. 57, yes. P. 41, read precedent, first option. Couldn't much expected type read precedent history with hist moment group. With read p, yeah, because now we need to lift. Since I yes, so now we have read, but we want to read the group, because now we say it's not allowed to read historical moment. We can allow to read only historical group, and historical group has this format, and voila, you actually read first, you read second. One problem, yeah, right, you don't want to read /n. That's where it began. So what we want to do here is to say yeah, just init in many pen get first second, superb. 2/n's. Yeah, now you don't need 2/n's. You one /n, and we have 1/n. Huh. Wait. Yeah, and you have hist moment group, and lines, right. You don't need on lines here. Map show moments. So show moment and lines columns. I don't need to unline them. No, they don't contain slash n's. So I actually need to unline them. Oh, I see, because it's different. No, I don't get. Why is there a slash ends here? What if I put another third slash n, fourth slash n? Wow, why there are two slash n's in the end? That's weird. Yeah, that's just weird. After second, that's reasonable. After fourth, not reasonable. Ah, I see. That's how it works. Okay, let's keep it like that. I don't care, because it shouldn't be on lines. It's actually a kind of intercalate. Yeah, let's use intercalate. Mate, and lines should work here as well. Why do you use intercalate? I'm not sure. But intercalate actually works better. Wait. Wait, so you are saying there is a third. For some reason there is third element to it. Right? What if I say I'm deriving show and no, actually two of them. Okay. Where is this slash n coming in? First slash n, second slash n. Because we have unlines here, unlines columns, right? So technically it also intercalate. Okay. Yeah. Why don't we have? Yeah, because I didn't use slash n here. Yeah. Okay. Finally. So what about the file? Okay, it actually works. Cool. File also should intercalate, and it's actually should have two slash n's. or maybe even /n. Thank you. Finally it's working. No parse, no parse. Yeah, right, no parse. Why do we need parse? How? How it's no parse if I... Yeah, because it's not what I meant. Okay, so we have 1. Will it fail on 1? No parse. Yeah, it's failing. Because I missed something, obviously. Let's simplify as much as we can. That's strange. No, no strange, because we need to have /n's. Yeah, that's fair. And I need to recompile. How so? How so? Right? We actually check this, and it should work. So imp read file imp. So alright, I don't use skip spaces. Right. So problem is open bracket. Wait. We should have open bracket here, yeah, and I say string. Okay, and then I say many till this symbol, and then I say skip spaces, and then I say by string. What's the problem? Actually, now I don't get it. What's your problem? So before we had this one, right? Read, and it works just fine. Works. So what we didn't have here is /n. /n works. Also didn't have this one. Okay. But what's the difference now? It starts with a figure bracket slash n vertical bold dash slash n first, second. So basically there is no difference here. Wait, input. So input is actually parsing. I don't understand. Read file. Input. Sure, imp. So it's reads. Why my program says ambiguous parse? Right, because it's a list, and what we want here is file. Okay. Actually, I don't need an IO specifying type. Thank you. Finally. Okay, so right. Because the parser is not efficient. Because it tries to parse a lot of options which are not needed at all. Let's try on one error and see what we'll do. Even on one error, it's already a lot. Wow, wow, wow. What if I say like this? Just leave one string per the moment. What it will say? Huh, nice. That was fast. A bit more. Okay, I see. That's fair. Okay, no luck. Parser combinator standard libraries doesn't support what I need. So I won't suggest using it. I'm not sure why it's in standard library at all. I will try to use parsec next time. But for now, that's what we'll got. Civilization is... It would be much easier just to use split or regex. Yeah, I believe there is like regex that a reject library for Haskell that we could have used to parse this. Just as yeah, okay.